Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm going to show two teams I'm using for the Piscaya, the new mythic troop. Now I think this troop's actually okay. If you use its spell properly, this thing can self-charge itself and then just repeat cast and just have 2, 3, 4 even attempts at getting those devours, which on that 30% chance seems quite low, but it is two independent 30% chances. So if you can get this thing to repeat cast a few times, you're definitely going to get a couple of devours. So that's what I concentrated the first team on. The second team is a more generic team, but still worked pretty good. So just go over the spell quickly. It's destroy all green gems, create blue gems equal to the number of green gems destroyed. And there are two independent 30% chances to devour a random enemy. The fact that there's two independent 30% chances is actually quite important, because that basically means you've got roughly a 1 in 3 chance, just below 1 in 3. So if you cast this spell twice, you should get at least one devour, if the odds are fair. And if they're really good, you'll get 2 devours. So concentrate on that, but the key mechanic to this is the destroying green gems and creating blue gems equal to the number of green gems destroyed. So the more green gems that are on the board when we cast this, the more chance there is of getting an extra turn and self-charging Piscaya, especially if there are a decent number of blue gems there at the same time. Now traits-wise, they're nothing special. Aquatic, submerge myself when I take damage, is both good and bad. It's good if you're fighting Queen Beatrix and King Gobtruffle, and it's bad if you're fighting something like Captain Macaw, who can just kill you if you're submerged. Just outright, you are dead. Bash. Tough Scales, reduce damage from skulls by 30% is fairly handy. Celestial Strength, give 4 attack to all blue allies when matching blue gems, is not that great because it only applies to blue allies. And we are going to be matching a lot of blue gems, but it's just not going to be that relevant unless you've got an all blue team. Right, now to show both teams for this, I've got the first team, which is taking the Pisc. This is Essence of Evil, Piscaya, Spirit Dancer and Valkyrie. I'll show the banners and class first because the team itself takes a wee bit of explaining. Archer class, we're in that. We're going to start battles with 50% mana. That is important. And the talent trees, the main ones we're interested in are Root Trap and Nature's Aura. Creating a Leaf Storm at the start is actually pretty important. It may seem bizarre because we're using blue, but the more green we have on the board, the more of them get changed to blue when Piscaya casts, and that means it self-charges and can do it again. On the banner side of things, going for +2 blue, +1 green, -1 yellow. I know Valkyrie uses yellow, but her spell isn't as important as collecting blue and green. Now onto the actual tactics itself behind this. Piscaya, as we know, destroys all the green gems, then creates blue gems equal to the number of green gems destroyed. So the more green that are there, the more blue that are there, the more chance we've got getting a extra turn and making a lucky 4 match. But it's not lucky if you've got an absolute ton of green there. The game almost cannot deny it. Right, now we've got two things that are going to help this. We need a green troop in there somehow, because basically when you destroy all those green gems, they're matched with full effect. So we've got Essence of Evil here. This inflicts all negative status effects on an enemy and explodes a load of gems with their mana colour. So this generates mana as well as cripples whoever you put this on, because they're going to be entangled, frozen, burnt, silenced, death marked, the whole shebang. But what's important here is the way you can use these two to make sure there's enough of the correct colour you want when Piscaya casts. Spirit Dancer transforms a selected mana colour to green, and Valkyrie transforms a selected mana colour to blue. So what will happen is, when Piscaya is ready to cast, you're not always going to cast that straight away. You're going to wait till one of Spirit Dancer is charged up first, and then change a mana colour to green first. This will charge up Essence of Evil again, as well as having the double effect of any remnants of that transform of the greens that weren't matched when you've done that transform will be left behind, which gives Piscaya's spell more impact. So the easiest way to do this is to get on with it and show it, I think, because it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll explain it as I go along now. So we're still going to be looking for green and blue straight away. We can collect that. We're not frozen on that. We're frozen on green. But we can collect green now. Now we will collect this, because when we can cast this on the first troop, And that has charged up all the remaining 3 troops. Now this is where the fun begins, because here we've got 14 green gems and 8 blue. Now that is I reckon this is a just below 50-50 chance of getting a 4 match somewhere. And the thing is, the reason why is because you think of those forest trolls, for example, when, for example, they double green and add 3. If there is only 10 there, that's roughly 50-50 chance. And this is kind of in that same kind of realm, because you've got 14 there, but there's a lower amount of blue. So this is slightly risky. And what you can do with this team is you can recharge up Essence of Evil by Spirit Fox. And this is what I'm going to do here. You cast Spirit Fox. We're going to do this on brown. This is going to make a 4 match, which is going to have 2 effects. It's going to charge up Essence of Evil for another cast and have more green on the screen, hopefully, because there'll be loads left behind, the ones that didn't make a 4 match, which makes this now virtually unmissable. 19 green, 10 blue. This almost cannot go wrong with creating a extra turn for Piscaya. And we've got the Devourer as well, which is handy. And now we've got 14 blue and 8 green. And we've got Spirit Fox charged up again. If you want to, we can go down the same route. We can find something which is a 4 match on Spirit Fox. Do that on red. I did actually match a few more random ones that we've actually wanted. We've actually reduced that number now. We've still got the option of collecting these and seeing if any more green dropped down. They didn't. We've still got Spirit Fox there, but you've got to be careful sometimes you don't actually make more green actually disappear than what you intended, because you've got to pay attention to which ones are going to disappear. Like we could do this here, so we're going to make all these disappear, but also all these over here as well. We're probably going to end up taking green away from the board. But the game is well under our control, and that is about a 45-50% chance, I think, so worth a cast. And we've got the Devourer as well, and it recharged again. And this game was an absolute walk in the park, and yeah, we can just do anything we want now. We can throw Essence of Evil on them just to be absolutely sure they don't do anything silly. And they just died from burning anyway. So that's how that team works. It's really effective. I've played this team probably 8 or 9 times now, and I've won every single one. And most games have gone like that. It was like once you got that little loop going and used Spirit Fox properly to make sure there's plenty of green there, it worked really, really well. Now show the second team now. Gems of Lag, come on. Do the hardest team again. That was taking the Pisc team. This is the Pisc Queen team. Oh dear, sorry. Here we've got Twin Claws. Explodes a bunch of green gems, grants a random status effect to all beast allies, irrelevant, and summons a beast troop. This is much more simple in this team. This uses 2 times Queen Beatrix and Piscaya. Piscaya using red, blue and brown means that when Beatrix casts, she creates green and brown. So the green she creates for herself, the brown she creates for Piscaya. Twin Claws is there to just basically be a mana generator, and a summon should we need it. It's pretty much that simple. It's a bit of a judgment call whether you cast Queen Beatrix or cast Piscaya based on how much green or blue is on the screen at the time. On the banner side of things, gone for traits. I've gone for Tidecaller this time. Snap Freeze, Insulated, Anti-Magic Sphere, Mana Source, Deluge, Water Mastery and Aquatic Glory are the talents. And the banner, gone for +2 green, +1 blue, -1 brown. Doesn't really matter about the -1 brown on Piscaya, because we should get so much brown from the 2 Beatrixes, it really shouldn't make a difference. And green and blue are actually more important. So let's see if we can put a stop to these goblins. Ordinarily you would have something like against these goblins it may be wise to actually change to Elementalist, because we can get a load of 4 matches and that does stop them in their tracks. And how important are the actual things here in the class? On the class, the only ones that are really important No, I'm going to roll this. I'm going to see if we can take him on with this. Because sometimes this can just loop, and this can loop as bad as a goblin sometimes, so we'll see what we can do. Alright. Might take this purple because we've got a chance of a 4-match skull there. You've got to be in it to win it. You never know if it's going to happen or not, and often does. The Queen Bee is charged, so we'll cast her. Got 4-match on the brown here. That's going to start charging up Piscaya. You can take that 4-match on the green. Now we can either explode all those green gems, or we can cast Beatrix again. I'd suggest casting Beatrix was better, because we're going to pick up random browns as we go along. There's a 4-match at the bottom there. And the good thing about submerges against these goblin teams, we're safe from gob truffle. That won't touch us. Now we've got both Beatrixes charged up. Handed a turn back then, but that's not too big a deal. Right, now we've got Piscaya charged up. It's all been about Queen Beatrix so far, and we're just about to kill some of them anyway, by the look of it. But Piscaya there, 21 green, 4 blue. So we're going to create 21 green. If this doesn't make an extra turn, then there's something wrong with the game. 21 blue, sorry, not green. Yeah, and that's self-charged. We didn't get the Devour, but we've now got 12 green and 9 blue. But when we've got Queen Beatrix there, let's give her another cast. And now we've got loads of green there. 17, so we're going to remove 17 green, which is going to go onto the first Queen Beatrix. But we're going to create 17 green blue, which is going to charge up Piscaya. So we can cast this. And it's recharged itself again. They did get it back up. I can just wipe out the first 2 troops by casting Queen Beatrix, of course, any moment now, but it's good to play around with them sometimes. Let's see if we can get a Devour. Yep. Oh, see, they think they're doing good, so I shall just punish them by finishing them off with Queen Beatrix. Oh, they got another bandit. Come on, Bee. Show them what's what. There it is. We did lose a troop, the one at the top, but we were playing around with them a bit. We could have won that at any point, but that's a good one. The 2 green Beatrixes do most of the heavy lifting, but Piscaya is there as that awesome backup. When you got a ton of green there, it's practically a guaranteed extra turn with 2, basically 3 chances of a Devour. So there's my 2 teams for Piscaya. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, it'd be cool if you hit that like and subscribe button, because I've got tons more Gens of War stuff to come in the future. But most of all, thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.